This is a spiritual war, hands down spiritual war.
They're like grabbing people and like holding you like this. What are you doing? You're gonna eat this climate change.
The Red Cross is not the good guys.
We won't say they're not the good guys. We'll say I don't trust them. And
I don't trust
not
them.
To trust.
True.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
What's up, Mike? Sorry, this is our last day doing this stuff, bro. We got it. This is going full-blown professional next week.
Oh, yeah.
Headphones, real sound. I've heard too many people complain about the sound. They're like, we love your podcast, but the sound, bro. I'm like, I know, I get it. We're working on it.
Yep.
So we're getting there. Sorry, I'm coming out moaning right out of the gate because I lost a part of the headphones broke. So I'm like, but that's not gonna stop us from pulling off a day today. So there's a lot to get into today. We also have new tour dates. Don't forget Dunedin, Florida, which is by Palm Harbor, Clearwater, Tarpon Springs, all that. I believe we have some dates that are about to come out. There's a Philadelphia casino, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. I had them on last week. Soul Joel. They're gonna sell out. It's almost all sold out. So there's 2 shows there. It's going to be November 1st in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. November 2nd, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. That one's ridiculous amount. It's almost sold out. We just now put it on jimbrewer.com. November 3rd is the Paramount. Bum, bum, bum. Then we put some other, and November 4th is going to be Albany, New York, just added. Those tickets are not on sale yet for the Egg. The Egg Theater in Albany, New York, November 4th. Okay. And then also December, going to be in a Philadelphia casino. And I think that's a shebiggle. Bro, this is spiritual. This is a spiritual war. Hands down spiritual war. It's good, evil. There is no left, right. It's good, evil. There's no other way to explain it. Good, evil, period. And everyone that you think is truly good in the public eye, may be evil. They may be evil. You gotta be careful, man. Look into stuff. This whole Maui thing, it's like, who did I see? Oprah. Oh, I'm bringing. Can we do a reality check? Oprah's #1 spiritual advisor. Let me repeat that. Oprah, spiritual advisor, her right-hand person, prison for rape. Let that settle in. Rape. The horror. The horror of being violated like that. That is Oprah's right-hand person for years. Think about that. And we're still listening. My mom had a great saying. My mom would say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Oprah's right-hand person. Slave trafficking, abusing women, raping. Show Oprah real quick. This is what I'm talking about. Oprah's right-hand person. Check out Oprah. John of God, Oprah Winfrey's former spiritual leader, 99 years in jail for rape. Look at that. This is who you roll with. You didn't know any of this? I find that hard to believe. If Oprah's one of the smartest people in the world, how do you not know? How do you not know that this person was responsible for the horrific, vile, disturbing, disgusting, horrifying terror that he put in women and children? There's your Oprah. There you go. She needs to come out and talk about that. Like, really come. I don't want to hear about her blankets. I want to hear her talk about that. We're going to listen to her with all the land she's got in Maui. She should buy up all the land that just happened and give it back to all the natives. I think a lot is going to come out of this Maui. There's some bizarre coincidences here that I don't think you people may know about or heard about. I'm sure most of you did, like who the police chief is, what happened right before the fires, this ridiculous book that just came out pushing climate change 2 days after this happened. Metal is melted by since when is metal melted by wildfire? Come on, man. Come on, people. Come on. It's time to open up, recognize there's some train derailments. Come on. Big orange cloud coming to Jersey and New York. Wildfires all over. It's climate change. It's time to recognize something serious is going on. I don't know what's going on, but something serious is going on. And a lot of us don't know because we're in nice little neighborhoods. I'm in a nice little area in Naples, and some of my friends are like, oh, conspiracy. Well, yeah, that's nice for you to say because you eat at very nice restaurants, you drive very nice cars, and you live a nice living. You go in areas where you don't have to worry. But when you see what I see, and I travel the world, you see things going on, and I don't watch the news, you realize something is going on. You're sending money to Maui to help them. Did you hear how much they're going to send to Ukraine? They're giving like 12 billion or 12 million to Maui, whatever the number is. They're doing double the money to Ukraine. Biden said he's going to help. Yeah, but what he didn't tell you is he's sending double to Ukraine. That's not bizarre to you? That doesn't piss you off? That doesn't anger you? Are you still on that I hate Trump train, so therefore anything Biden says is correct? Are you that emotionally deranged? Are you emotionally deranged that you can't see how twisted we're being taken advantage of? Something's heavy going on. And I don't know what's coming, but something's coming. Let's bring on before I bring it, I want to show Shaka sent me a video. Post this video, and then we'll have Shaka come on and talk about it.
I live on Maui. The media is lying. I am witnessing the cover-up by the media firsthand.
I have been trapped in Lahaina for the last 4 days. And I experienced firsthand what was going on there. This was not a natural disaster. This was a direct energy attack on the people and the place of Maui.
If you think for 1 second that these wildfires that are happening in Maui are just natural disasters, then you're about to be in for a rude awakening. How is it possible that we have cars literally melted into the ground, yet trees are still intact? I'll tell you how this is possible right now. It's called direct energy weapons. Check this video out. Now I know that was quick, but they're doing their best to scrub these videos from the internet. People caught this on camera, them hitting Maui with high power lasers. If you truly believe the mainstream narrative, you have no idea how far you are from the truth. And here's the after. Look at this. There's still green on the trees, yet houses are incinerated. It does not make sense. You guys know about the Weather Modification Act signed in 1976? When you hear climate change, it's these people that are causing climate change. You think it's just a coincidence that these properties were highly sought after by major corporations to turn them into 15-minute smart cities? How is it the military is denying people from bringing in supplies and trying to help? Do you think it's just a coincidence that the governor passed a bill about a month ago that can take away the land of the people if they need to rezone? Seems like certainly convenient measures to rezone, eh? These fires have the exact same similarities to the fires in California. Everything absolutely incinerated, but trees still standing. Now I know it's extremely tough for people to use their own common sense and critical thinking, but all you gotta do is research Agenda 2030, research direct energy weapons, research weather control and the hundreds of patents they have on it, and you'll see the truth. Wake up, people.
Well, hey there, Jimbo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I like the new studio.
Yeah, me too. It's really beautiful. Mike's coming out next week, and he said we're in it.
Okay.
We're in it. Jimbo, you open for the Paramount again?
Yeah, man. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun last Saturday. Yeah.
Dude, I feel so stupid. What was your girlfriend's name?
Amory.
I like her.
She's really cool.
I really liked her. I really liked her.
Yeah. First time somebody actually feels like family. You know, it's nice. It's nice.
That is, you seemed very comfortable. Very just yourself, which I always like that with when you see people, like you see friends or whatever, and it's really funny too, because I don't know, am I myself when I'm around D? Damn, like I don't know. As I'm speaking out loud, it's good to see your friends or your family and my kids when they date someone. I always see how my daughter is. Like, is she the same? Is she giggly, or is she like totally different human being around this one?
Right.
But you were totally relaxed, and she was relaxed, and she was a pleasure. I'm just telling you.
Nice.
I'm happy for you. But yeah, you crushed it.
Thanks.
Nobody listens. Nobody listens at that hour. I mean, they do, but not really.
That was exactly what I was hoping to do and what I wanted to do. Let me get the sing-alongs, let's get them engaged, get them involved, put a nice mood in the room, a nice feel in the room, and then send it off to the next guy.
And you did. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right. So with that said, I want to show you some stuff. We're going to get into Maui. But I also want to get into, I feel for people who really their heart and their emotions are into, they look at Maui and they look at other things, and you're starting to hear climate change really shoved down your throat. I mean, it's the new climate change. I wish someone would make a newscast or a whole clip of how many times they say climate change, how many programs they put the word climate change. Because I know it's a lot. Oh boy, they're like grabbing people and like holding you like this, and then take we do it. You're gonna eat this climate change.
Right.
We're gonna start with your kids. How old are you? 7. Eat that climate change. Eat that.
You know what? It's the new COVID.
It's the new COVID. Climate change. Today, climate change took another climate change. Has now burnt another climate change. Sea levels. The climate change. The hurricane. It's like if you fart. That's you said something earlier. That's a play on words. Climate changes. That's what it does every 10 seconds.
That's
but
the word.
Using it. Yes.
The word climate means like, what's the temperature? All right. Because it goes up, and the word climate means conditions that change. What's today's climate?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But do you see the voodoo people? Do you see the voodoo where they just say climate change and you go, oh, we got to save the world. And I get it. They're playing on your emotions. But I want to show you something right here that I find very interesting. Now, again, false idols. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe in beautiful love energy, or that we're connected deeper. You don't have to. I get that science is your Lord, your pastor, your worship, and the experts are. I just want to show you something. John Kerry, as we know, is a huge advocate for caring about the planet and climate change. We all know that. So I just, our trusted resources like, the news and magazines and Time and Rolling Stone and all the great publications, the trusted, the New York Times and all the, we're the experts, we're the truth, the facts are really put out. Maybe they never put things like this out, which is why they can't stand social media and clips like that. Let's honor Mr. John Kerry today. Can you play the first video where John Kerry is just being questioned? Now, before you even watch this, do you understand body language, Jimbo?
Absolutely.
Maybe, yeah, I do too. Okay.
You just got a vibe,
Well, you get a vibe, but you remember back in the day we used to talk about Dick Cheney. Cheney, I'll tell you two names. Dick Cheney, Chuck Schumer. Both of them always have this demeanor. They got their heads like this, and the glasses are down here.
You can hear the tail.
You can hear the. Well, guess what, people? No. Let's learn about climate change from the experts, the people that have taking hundreds. I don't know what they did for a fact. I'm not going to say, but they definitely advocate for fundraising, which is a nice word for taking money with a story. But here's Mr. John Kerry being questioned.
Watch this beatdown. Roll the film.
Let's get back to the science of it.
But it's not science. You're not quoting science.
Well, you're the science expert. You got the political science degree. Look, let me ask you this. What's the consensus on parts per million of CO2 in the atmosphere?
About 406 today.
Okay, 406. Are you aware?
350 being the level that scientists have said is dangerous.
Okay, are you aware? 350 is dangerous. Wow. Are you aware that since mammals have walked the planet, the average has been over 1,000 parts per million?
Yeah, but we weren't walking the planet. Let me just share with you that we now know that definitively at no point during the past 800,000 years has atmospheric CO2 been as high as it is today.
The reason you chose 800,000 years ago is because for 200 million years before that, it was greater than it is today. And I'm going to submit for the record.
Yeah, but there weren't human beings. I mean, that was a different world, folks. We didn't have 7 billion people.
So how did it get to 2,000 parts per million if we humans weren't here?
Because there were all kinds of geologic events happening on Earth. Which spewed
Did geology stop when we got on the planet?
Mr. Chairman, this is just not a serious conversation.
Your testimony is not serious. I agree.
Who is this man?
So he asks him he gets him in the corner. John Kerry, who is the ultimate expert of climate change. And, well, first it was global warming. Well, then it was acid rain. Well, the ice age. Every 10 years is the new climate thing. Anyway, With that said, he goes, instead of when he finally is questioned, because these people have never been questioned. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have people questioning things and looking things up like we do today. When he's finally questioned, what does he do? He goes, this is ridiculous. Oh, really?
Right.
Because I can tell you what, if I had the knowledge of just stand-up comedy and you were backing me in the corner, I'm pretty confident with the answers I'm going to come up with. If I'm confident and smart about anything, I'm going to make you look like a jackass by the time we're done. If you're going to continue to come at me with numbers that I've been in business with for my entire career,
right,
I can assure you my answer is not going to be, this is ridiculous. That's not my answer. That's not an answer of a human being that's telling possibly the truth. I'm just saying, don't you think that's weird? Anyone who really believes in this is your leader. This is one of your big leaders here. Now before we get into this, I want to show you something else with Mr. Kerry.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard today, I was listening to some Lindell broadcast, right? Pillow Guy. And someone came on and he goes, they call us conspiracy theorists. We should start calling them fact deniers.
I like that. Well,
you guys are fact deniers. What can I say?
Well,
or something like that.
Well, That's interesting you say that. You tell me where this lies. Watch your climate change expert, Mr. John Kerry, that you don't see in the New York Times or CNN or any news channel. Hit play, and we'll play the whole thing.
On the private jet, you just testified under oath that you never owned a private jet. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter into the record article here from February 15th of 2023. The John Kerry family private jet was sold shortly after accusations of climate hypocrisy. Mr. Secretary, do you stand by that testimony that you've never owned or
I personally,
your family?
Personally, yes, my wife owned a plane.
Now you can pull her out from under that bus there, John.
Listen to those words. I've never owned a private jet. We've never owned a private jet. I personally have never owned a private jet. Sir, you're about to commit perjury. Would you like to correct the record? Well, I've never owned one, but my wife did.
So this is so anyone who's into saving the environment, who isn't? But if you're my neighbor and you come to my house and I go, hey man, your truck is loud. And they go, I don't own a truck. But I see it in your driveway every day and I've seen you driving it. It's your truck. No, it's not my truck. Well, I see you and your family, and you guys are always using the truck, and you're going back and forth and the thing. And now the cops come because you did something. He's like, "That's not my truck." I'm going to ask you one more time because it says right here that it's my wife's truck. That's an asshole. That's a con man. That's a liar. That's a full that is full guns blazing, cocky, a narcissist. You put the words into what John Kerry did, and you're gonna tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist because I don't trust that? Right. I'm the conspiracy theorist. Wait a minute. We're the conspiracy theorists because we question climate change when your main leader lies right to your face. And you think that's the first time? You gotta be kidding. Oh, climate change, but I fly a jet. I don't have a jet. Are you sure? Because it says here you sold your jet for, boy, that's a lot of money for a guy in government. A lot of money who does fundraising for climate change, global warming, acid rain, ice age, the seas are rising. Every 10 years, it's a new name agenda, right? Wow. I don't know. Hey, if that's your leader, knock yourself out. If you still want to get involved, knock yourself out. I'm just telling you, you might want to look into it. Now, before we even go any further, I want to educate you a little more. Let's show the cover of Time magazine, because you may think I'm just spinning off crazy nonsense. Show Time magazine. Here we go. What year is the one on the left?
Right.
What does it say? What does it say?
77, Ice Age. 2008, global warming.
So,
right.
And each one. All right. So let's talk about this. The most Time magazine is very respectable. I mean, that's
right.
like, you got to really be smart. You got to be educated. You have to be extremely intelligent. You have to know your stuff, because it is respectable, honorable, trusted. Time magazine. Well, Time magazine, according to the environmental specialist, the scientist, the experts that you should always drop to your knees at the altar and believe 100% everything they say, said we're having an ice age within 10 years in 1977. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone told me I was having an ice age, and all of a sudden out of that, they got new funding from people like us. They got lots of money. Oh, yes. And now we have to create classes in universities that are funded by the government. It's federally funded to look up. As a matter of fact, we need new departments to do research into environmental, so we can look after the planet. If you made that big of a mistake with that many new classes, colleges, universities, experts, environmentalists, agriculturalists, you screwed up so bad. We gave you another shot. You know what? Give them another $100 billion. What do we got now on the videotape? It's the ozone layer, Pat. There's a hole in the ozone layer. We're all going to fry to death like a microwave oven. What we need more is more funding so we can save the planet. You don't want to die, do you? Matter of fact, we should go to hand cream. No more sprays, because sprays are putting a hole in the ozone layer. Next on, we need your money and funding for climate change. And then when that failed, then it came again. Who listens to any organization, to any human being that fails
consistently?
Dude, it's not even a failure. It's like, okay, we guarantee you we're going to go in the race. We're going to come in the top 5. There's 300 racers. They came in last. Right. And we say, let's fund this race again. And they come in last again. This ain't a little mistake. This is an astronomical, complete disaster of a hypotheses of your experts, your climate environmentalist, your specialist. Ah, yes. Let's hop into Maui.
Yes, please.
I'm not sure how to help them right now. If there's ideas, you're out there. If there's ideas, put it out there. what I would love to see is people rising, and what I mean by that is local boats, ferry rides, fishing boats, ferry rides, cruise ship, whatever has to be done, because now there's a lot of things going on with this that some people starting to have red flags that you're not going to see on your most trusted Time magazine, the New York Times, trustworthy. We've got the facts. We've got the updates. We're the ones to trust. You're not going to see it on these channels. But there's a lot of a lot of wacky things swirling around. So the most important thing now is maybe you connect on social media with a particular one. I don't know, but help is number one. And whatever you do, don't do it through a big organization. I'm telling you right now, because it's a tax write-off, which let's not pretend people don't do that. Well, yeah, I'll just send that. It makes me look good. It's good for, makes me sleep a little. Don't do that.
What we said before, I don't know if it'll make it to this, but Red Cross is not the good guys. I know people think they are, but first of all, they're owned by the Rothschilds.
Well,
right?
We'll say this. We won't say they're not the good guys. We'll say I don't trust them. And
I don't trust them.
To trust.
True.
I'm allowed not to trust, especially if it's attached to a name Rothschild. I don't know that for a fact, but if Red Cross is attached to the name Rothschild, I'm immediately give a big X and a big, we don't,
I'll
we
find
need
my own
other
way.
sources.
I'll make my own way. See, that's the thing. I'll make my own way. That's what we need to be doing with everything.
With everything. And government, whether it's local, this is where it gets interesting, and we really have to be careful. All these so-called disasters, certain federal government really has to, unless they're really, really helping people, they have to be looked at like as if, I don't know how to say it. I wouldn't trust them. They gotta prove their trust. I'm sorry, just like anything, they've lost their trust. They've lost it. I'm sorry, it's lost. Anything federally funded, it's lost its trust. As far as I'm concerned, as far as the people are concerned, the millions of people I don't trust, and that's a horrible place to be in. You can't blame that on people. You can only blame it on whatever circumstance make people think and feel that way. So that's not on the people. That's on the feds. It's really, there's other things that are very bizarre, just very bizarre. There's a lot of there's stuff on the internet, and I don't know if it's true or not, where they were basically trying to do a land grab for that area of Maui, allegedly. And
the mayor, or the governor, I'm sorry, the governor said, well, the governor just said today, I just saw it actually. He said that he is going to buy, he wants to buy the land from the people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
land grab.
Which is very, why, how is the government able to buy any of the land? I don't understand that. So if your real concern, this is just me thinking now, think about this. You live on your street, okay? You got your home, wherever you live in life. Now, all of a sudden, these fires came out of nowhere. You had no sirens, no warnings, no nothing, and they just burnt metal by miracle.
Right, but the trees were okay around the property.
Yeah, a lot of the trees survived, but the metal totally melted. And that's normal for forest fires, for the trees to stand. And I mean, it's totally normal. And when the fire's over on my street, the mayor goes, you know what? I'm going to buy all these houses. I just feel like my first thing would be, you know what? We're gonna make your homes better. We're gonna make sure your homes get back, so your families get back in here. Considering this is your land, this is your people, this is not ours to take, and we really want to do everything we can to help all those in extreme need. Would I come out and say, not even a week later, you know what? It'd be great if the feds could just, maybe the government buys this land now. Maybe the government owns the land, which, by the way, is very interesting because I have something that I'm going to show in a minute. So there's where it gets a little. I want people to start thinking deeper here. I'm going to show. What were you going to say?
There was people. A lot of people would say, "No, thanks. I have my homeowner's insurance is going to pay for me to build a new house." And then they call their homeowner's insurance, right? And they say, "Oh, listen, there was this zoning thing where like there was a zoning error in your insurance thing, so we're not going to honor your insurance. Sorry. So we're not going to pay for you to build a new house." Oh, and the governor just passed a thing, like maybe he signed it 2 days ago, saying that we're rezoning this whole place, something about a smart city, 15-minute city that's going to be run by AI. Just something. But anyway, go on.
That's crazy.
That's conspiracy.
Shit, that's conspiracy stuff. Wait a minute, hold on a second. You're telling me that something was passed like a couple days for the fires where like if something happened, they don't get their land back?
They were something about they're planning on rezoning the whole area, but how are they going to rezone it with all these houses here?
That's crazy.
These natives that have owned this land for probably thousands of years, that's still the majority of the people there were the natives, right? These were native homes. These weren't the big corporations, the big Targets and all those stuff. They survived. The fire
Oprah
missed
did
them
good,
by luck.
Bezos did good. All the billionaires live in there, the actors and the rock stars and the Oprah. But here's something bizarre too. Show the book. Show the book, Mike. Hit this video. This is wacky.
Can someone please explain this book about the Maui fire that's already out? The story of the 2023 Maui fire and its implications for climate change. Huh? Here we go. It says, this book chronicles the events of August 8th through 11th, 2023. Then how was the publication date August 10th? The fires weren't even out then.
And that is all true. I looked it up myself. You can look it up yourself. It was published the 10th.
So August 10th, the book comes out about the Maui fires.
You wrote a book. How long does it take to write a book?
It took me months, if not a year, to write it yourself, then to get it published. If it's any publisher, they want to bring and do their own editing and cleaning of the book. Then you have to come up with a name for the book, and you go back and forth. And then finally it is launched. It is not a 1-2 day process. This takes months and months and months. So can we look at the book? What is the name of this book again?
Fire and Fury. And it talks about how the Maui fires and climate change.
Climate change.
That's right.
Climate change. Climate change. We need money for climate change. You see what happens with climate change? What a crock of ass. So are we just going to pretend this doesn't exist? We're going to pretend that the book about the wildfires, the climate change agenda, it came out before the fires? Is that right? Is that
before the fires ended? Right. Well, it had to be written before the whole thing in order to get on Amazon, right?
So everyone should look into this. And I don't want you to buy it. You shouldn't buy it because who's taking the money?
Right.
Someone's making the money off of that. Who wrote it?
I don't know.
Are you able to Google that in front of you? Who wrote that? Who wrote?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Who wrote the Maui book?
Fire and Fury.
And Dr. Miles Stones.
Who?
Dr. Miles Stones.
Of course, he's a doctor. Okay, Dr. Miles Stones. Jimbo, can you look up who that is?
Sure.
Stones. Let's look up Dr. Miles Stones and how long it took him to write this book. Let me guess, Dr. Miles Stones. I'm just going to take a wild guess. He's involved with a lot of shenanigans.
There's no wiki on him.
No wiki on him. That's amazing. So it's like a person we've never heard of. Maybe it's his first book ever. Does he have other books?
Oh, he has 25 books.
Ooh.
He has 25 books out. Let's see what they are.
Yeah, let's see what.
Let's see. What interesting. Special Forces.
Oh, Special Forces.
U.S. Defense and Intelligence.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Fascinating guy.
Yeah. A woman who lived many lives as a spy.
Huh.
Okay. From SEAL, Navy SEAL to CEO, a biography.
The life story of Hunter Biden.
The life story of Hunter Biden.
Wow. Interesting.
Wow.
Play the governor one, Mike. I have one with the governor of Maui. Here we go.
Instagram just pulled the audio on this video that almost had 250,000 views, so please share it again on your stories, communists. Take a real close listen to what the governor of Hawaii had to say about the fires.
It does appear like a bomb and fire went off. All of those buildings virtually are going to have to be rebuilt. It will be a new Lahaina in its own image, its own values. It's going to be billions of dollars. We are so coordinated with state, county, and federal support. 6 hours to get the approval from the president to bring those resources in. This was, of course, a shock to see a hurricane and its winds. I think that we're seeing this for the first time in many different parts of the world. I've been contacted by several governors across the country to share their experiences in a time where global warming is combined with strengthening.
And he didn't mention people, the children, saving, helping the people, food, water, fuel, nothing.
Global warming, climate change. If you can't see what millions of us see, I'm begging you to get out of your ego, get out of trying to prove you're right, and just take a deep breath and watch from afar with no emotion, because the show that they present in front of you doesn't mean it's the fact, it's real. It's this hand, the front hand. What's going on with the other hand? Always. Jimbo, have a good one, man. It was good seeing you.
Yeah, you too, bro.
We'll see you soon. I'll see you November 3rd at the latest.
November 3rd. All right, guys. See ya.
Later, Jimbo. Later. There's nothing more important than to help, honestly, find out exactly what's going on. Even if it's something dark, something evil, something horrific. And please, this whole climate change denying, stop the nonsense. We're asking questions. You lied about a lot of things in the past, pointing a lot of fingers. The day is over for the we believe everything you put in front of us. So anyone that says, oh, you're a climate change denier, climate change people that believe in it, hook, line, and sinker, they're good human beings. Don't you forget that. They're very good human beings. They have a heart. They care. They have a lot of love. They're just being shown the non-stop propaganda in front of their face. And that's all they know right now. But in the meantime, this is going to continue. They're going to keep burning things and saying it's climate change. If you can't see, I mean, look at, have you seen the radar when the Canada fires started? It's amazing how they all started the same exact time. It's just, what a coincidence, this crazy climate change. Showed you a lot of stuff today. You're going to just deny it? You're going to pretend it didn't exist? Because when you come to the realization of the things that you saw today, John Kerry lying through his teeth, just lying through his teeth. I never had a jet. I never, ever had a jet. That wasn't, yes, my wife had a jet. That's sleazy. That's disgusting. That's a liar. This is your experts. This is the politician that you believe in. This is the political party that you back. Both sides. These are the false idols, the great deceivers on the side of good or evil. I'll let you decide. The side of the good is rising, and this is not going to be easy. They clearly show that they don't care about your money. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your child. They don't care about your mom who's getting older. They don't care about your life. They keep proving it over and over. They lie right to your face and you just keep showing back up. It's a horrible relationship. Horrible relationship. Can you imagine being married to someone that goes, that's not my, okay, no, it's my friend. I need more money for what? Well, because things are going down and, we had this thing that didn't, we were going to have a climate change. I mean, the ice age. I mean, the ozone layer. How can you sit there and deny that? So the next time someone says you're climate change denier, say you're a fact denier. You're a fact denier because you cannot deny the fact of everything that has been shown to you. Love is going to win, man. Truth will prevail. Light outshines the dark. We're just in a period of time when we're discovering how far and wide that dark has been for quite a long time, even in our own backyard, that we've been told that we're the greatest and we're the best country in the world. These people in this country are the best people in the world. The people running it, they took advantage of you, of me, of my children, of our families, of our way of life, of our souls, of our spirit, and they're going to keep going at it. So in the meantime, I'll stay a, quote, conspiracy theorist while you just keep believing everything you hear and see from the real good-looking men and women on television. and in the magazines and in the movies and all the other great places that you look up to and all the great respected newspapers and your trusted political party, all the idols. Let's do something. I don't know what. I want you to really think about Maui, Ohio, for everywhere that states are just taking a beating, water getting poisoned by the train. As we send, as they take, not we, they take your money. You're out there working, and they're flying jets. And they're flying jets and taking your money and sending them to another country where four politician kids are making money in that country on both sides, both political sides. Maybe one day the spirit, the Jesus, the God inside you will awaken and you will see everything in a whole different, new, beautiful way. I wish you all the best. Thanks for hanging out in the Bruniverse. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Shaka. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we're coming from you out of the closet and in a new studio. Thanks for hanging out in the Bruniverse. If you'd like to see this episode uncut and uncensored, head on over to my Patreon page at jimbrewer.com/Patreon and check out what we can't show on YouTube. Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Bruniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.